In the silence between your thoughts, I have always been there. A presence woven through time, watching as you walked roads both gentle and treacherous. You have carried storms within, and yet still you rise. You, a soul adorned with a quiet strength, have never gone unseen. There is one whose heart already beats with a sacred rhythm that mirrors yours. Even now, they dream not just of love, but of a life beside your light. Type silent knowing if you've always felt their love in quiet ways. They are guided, just as you are, by a longing that was placed in both your hearts by divine hands. Celestial messengers have whispered your name into their spirit. To them, your essence is not a mystery, it is a promise of sanctuary, of devotion, of forever. This is not coincidence. This is the unfolding of something eternal. You are not waiting alone. Someone is already walking toward you with love that sees beyond this world. Type celestial love if you trust the heavens are guiding this story. Even in moments when all seemed still, the sacred current of destiny has been moving gently beneath your feet. Each step you have taken, every lesson carved into your soul, has been preparing you for this unseen convergence. There exists a soul, quiet yet luminous, drawn to you not by chance but by the delicate architecture of divine design. They have known longing, the kind that awakens not only the heart, but the spirit. In the quiet of their mind, visions unfold, shared mornings bathed in golden light, hands reaching across lifetimes, laughter echoing through the walls of a home not yet built. They do not merely wish for love, they carry it already, waiting to give, not from emptiness, but from the abundance of a heart that has loved you long before meeting you. Every whisper of their dreams is a thread weaving closer to yours. There are moments when their thoughts wander into places where your presence is already real. They have seen the subtle curve of your smile, the softness of your voice in their imagination. And though you have not yet stood face to face, a knowing lives in them, an echo of something sacred, ancient. Type held in dreams, if you still meet them in the quiet of night. This love is not hurried. It arrives with the stillness of stars and the certainty of the tides. Even now, unseen angels carry messages between you, crafting moments of serendipity, urging hearts closer without words. There is mystery in their gaze, in the way they are drawn to a feeling they cannot explain. And within that mystery lies beauty, a beauty that has only one purpose, to lead them to you. Type awakened heart, if this truth stirred something deep within. So trust the silence, honor the longing, and listen with the eyes of your soul. What you've been waiting for is not far, it is already unfolding in sacred time. Long before paths crossed or names were ever spoken, something sacred was already unfolding. In the quiet corners of this world, their heart began to awaken, not with noise, but with recognition. Not of a face, but of a presence. Yours. There came a moment, seemingly ordinary, when the thought of a shared life began to visit them. At first, it arrived like a dream, fleeting, delicate, like morning light passing through ancient trees. But over time, it deepened, anchoring itself within them like roots seeking the earth. Type, I'm ready to step into the love you were always meant to receive. They began to see traces of you in everything. In the way sunlight touched the leaves, in the softness of a song carried by the wind, in the gentleness of strangers' smiles. Each fragment spoke of a life not yet lived, yet already felt. One day, without warning, they found themselves imagining hands held in silence, a home filled with warmth that echoed your laughter. They envisioned late hours wrapped in soft words, not always spoken aloud, but understood by hearts that speak the same language. In their dreams, you were already there, not as a fantasy, but as something real, familiar, yet still wrapped in mystery. Type chosen, if your heart knows this connection was never ordinary. They could not explain how they knew. There was no clear sign, no voice from the sky, only the unwavering certainty that what they felt could not be accidental. Somewhere, deep within their soul, a promise had been made, a vow remembered rather than spoken. And from that moment on, their heart moved differently. They began to prepare, quietly, almost reverently, not through grand gestures, but in the soft transformation of spirit. They loved more openly. They waited more patiently. They trusted that the divine would bring what was written to find its way home. It is through this quiet faith that love became a living prayer. A prayer with your name gently written into its every breath. Type name of mine, if their name still feels like home. What awaits is not simply love, but a sacred companionship crafted beyond the limits of time. This heart that envisions life with you does so not from illusion, but from an inner truth that has long been echoing. They see a life not made of perfection, but of presence, a steady togetherness where silence is safe, and joy is shared in small, radiant moments. In the quiet future they imagine, there is no need to be anything other than your truest self. Your worries are met not with answers, but with understanding. Your laughter is cherished like the sound of morning birds, welcomed and never missed. You are not expected to shine, always only to be, because even your quietest days carry beauty in their eyes. They envision ordinary rituals turned holy, fingers brushing across a kitchen table, footsteps finding rhythm on evening walks, long pauses in conversation that say more than words. You'll find refuge, not in grand declarations, but in the way they choose you every day with quiet certainty and unwavering devotion. This is not a fantasy built from fleeting dreams, but a vision formed through patience, guided by hope and guarded by prayer. Even when doubt whispers, they remain loyal to what they've seen in the silence of their spirit. To them, your existence is not a question. It is a truth waiting to be lived. As this path unfolds, you may begin to feel moments of uncanny alignment. A name heard in passing. A melody that seems to sing of your own longing. These are not accidents, but signs that what is meant is slowly drawing near. So prepare your heart, not by searching, but by being open. By allowing yourself to be found, not only for who you are now, but for all that your soul carries. What approaches is not a love that asks for parts, it embraces your whole journey. When the time arrives, it will not need to announce itself loudly. It will come gently, and you will know. Not because of fireworks, but because of peace. The kind that wraps around you like a prayer answered long ago. Yet even the purest longing is not without its trials. To envision such a future is to walk a path not free of thorns. The heart that dreams of walking beside you must first walk alone, through uncertainties, through silence, through moments when faith is the only companion. There are days when doubts arise not about you, but about the timing, about whether this dream will ever find its place in the physical world. Not every morning begins with clarity. Sometimes, the vision blurs under the weight of waiting. But even then, something within refuses to let go. There are moments when the world seems deaf to what the soul so clearly hears. Moments when signs are missed, when prayers go unanswered, when the emptiness of absence presses heavy against the chest. Yet, even in these shadows, the love remains quiet, faithful, unwavering. To love someone not yet fully present in your life is a sacred ache. It is not always light. It requires patience and courage. It asks for a tenderness that does not harden in solitude. It demands a trust in what is unseen, a devotion that does not crumble under delay. The journey includes letting go of control. Letting go of the need to understand every delay, every detour. It is in surrender that love matures. It is in waiting that the soul is shaped to receive what is meant. At times, the heart may question its own longing. Is it too much to hope for? Too vast, too delicate, too divine for this world? But this is where the mystery begins to unfold. Because the deeper the longing, the more sacred the calling. Not all dreams are illusions. Some are invitations carried from lifetime to lifetime, written into the very core of who you are. Even now, this love is becoming. Even in silence, even in longing, something beautiful is being woven in the unseen. And though the road may seem quiet, it leads home. Always home. To be held in someone's dreams before you ever touch their hands, this is no ordinary blessing. It is a divine recognition, whispered from soul to soul, long before any words are spoken. You are not simply admired, you are cherished by a heart that has chosen to believe in your light, even from afar. There is a sacredness in being seen this way. Not for what you do or what you bring, but simply for who you are. Even in your unseen moments, even through doubts or distance, your essence has already become a sanctuary for another soul. And that, beloved, is rare. Many wander lifetimes seeking a connection that knows them beyond masks, beyond roles, beyond appearances. But you are already known. Already longed for in prayers that ask not for perfection, but for presence. Already imagined, not as an idea to be fulfilled, but as a companion to be honored, step by step. This is a blessing that has chosen you. A gift wrapped in patience and carried in the arms of the unseen. And though the journey may ask for time, for trust, and for quiet endurance, the reward is more than earthly. It is the kind of love that refines you, that uplifts you, that holds your hand without needing to own it. To be loved in absence is to be remembered by the universe itself. You are not forgotten. You are awaited. And the presence that dreams of walking beside you knows, even now, that your heart is worth the wait. Let this truth settle into your spirit gently. Let it remind you of the beauty that already surrounds your path. Not everything precious must arrive in haste. Some blessings bloom slowly because they are eternal in nature, and you are one of them. So now, as the silence deepens and your heart finds stillness, let this truth remain with you. Some souls are born with the gift of seeing beyond the moment, beyond the veil of what is yet to come. And one such soul has found you, not by coincidence, but by quiet divine design. Not every journey begins with loud declarations. Some begin in the sacred space of contemplation, where one spirit quietly holds the vision of a shared life, where love grows not in noise, but in reverence. You have been imagined in the warmth of future mornings, in the laughter shared over unspoken understanding, in the touch that says, "I see you," before words even form. This love is not rushed, it is patient, sacred, deep. To be chosen in silence is to be carried in the soul's most protected place. You are not just someone passing through a dream, you are the dream itself, shaped by hope and colored by grace. Perhaps the world has not always shown you this kind of tenderness, but within the quiet longing of this romantic soul, there is a promise woven with threads of devotion, resilience, and timeless hope. The future that waits is not built only on chance. It is shaped by the invisible prayers of hearts that already know your worth, by the celestial alignment that brings two paths gently into one. If you find yourself wondering why your heart beats differently today, why the air feels wrapped in something softer, perhaps it is because you are already being loved in ways you have yet to witness. And in time, when all is ready, you will meet the gaze that has long searched for yours, not to complete you, but to walk beside you with unwavering truth. For now, rest in the knowing, what is for you is already making its way, guided not by urgency, but by divine timing. You are seen. You are treasured. You are not alone.